Lindsey, thank you. After 6 dramatic seasons, the most talked about TV series of the streaming age, The Crown, is coming to the end of its reign. To celebrate the final season, Anne-Marie had the opportunity to chat with some of the key cast members as they say goodbye to their iconic roles. Take a look.
Dashing around and losing sight of myself in the process. You know, I think that's been the story of my whole life.
Imelda and Leslie, welcome to your morning. Great to speak to you both this morning. I want to tell you my first impression when I turned on The Crown for this last season. I thought, oh, I miss the Queen. But then I was so comforted, Imelda, as I continued to watch. The last time we chatted, you were telling me that you filmed the day she died and that you were very emotional at the end of that day. And then you went back on set the day after the funeral. And the word you used to describe the feeling then was odd. How did it feel to play the Queen in this last season?
Yes, it was different, and I don't really know how it was different. It didn't affect the way I did it or anything like that, but there's no doubt that we were all aware that someone was missing.
It's not always easy. Growing up in a family where one person has to wear the crown, being the number 2. But Margaret has been my ally.
And when we look at Princess Margaret, we see in this season, beyond sort of the glamour of her life, to who she is as a human. What was it like to play her in this stage of her life?
You might think that it would be unsatisfactory to play a woman who's had such a glamorous and exotic and kind of slightly wild past, to play her in this time of her life. But actually, it was heaven for me to do that.
Tears and self-pity aren't exactly common currency in this family.
But it's not self-pity, is it? It's grief. And for his own sake, he needs to let it all out.
You know, when I would watch you on screen, because I'm now used to seeing him as King Charles, and I was there for the coronation outside the building, and I keep watching you on screen and have to remind myself, oh no, he's the Prince of Wales. He's not the king when he's playing this. There's a different energy. There's a different feeling towards him now. Does that come into play for you when you were playing this?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think he's well loved now. He's an old man, and he's also no longer a threat to anybody. He's not going to say anything outspoken. He's not going to get political. But at this time, when I'm playing him, he was really a villain in some way. He was the villain in the Diana story. Of course, in this season and the previous season, they talked a lot about, will Charles ever be king? Will he be accepted? Should it go to William? And of course, now we know that's not a question.
If what Harry said is true, and your dissatisfaction has more to do with affairs of the heart, well, what else would one call it?
Dating.
Oh.
The second half of the season is set in the early 2000s. You guys were all babies. And I remember Prince William. I'm significantly older than you. And I remember Prince William at this age and stage, and you really nail it. How did you prepare? What did you watch?
He's one of the only royals that's been documented from birth. So I could really watch him grow up, which was obviously an amazing thing for an actor, but also it helped with the psychology of the character, just knowing that someone could do that on your life. Someone could literally watch you from the day you're born to the present day, and that helps with like the psychology of it.
Mummy, you okay?
What does it mean to have been part of the show?
Well, I feel incredibly lucky. You know, I came in on the last 2 years of a massive show that's been going for 6 years, 6 seasons. And I felt extremely lucky to be part of something that I think has set a new sort of bar in excellence. I really think there was a lot of very talented, very clever people giving their best work on this show.
As you say goodbye to this show and both of these iconic roles, what would you like your legacy to be, and what impressions will you take with you?
You know, I will take a sense of a really magnificent job that I've felt so supported in from all departments, and a great character to play.
And also, I think the legacy of being in a piece of television that is so unique, to have had all these characters played by 3 different casts, it has never happened before. And so that was a big experiment that I think has paid off.
We're ready, ma'am.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.